How many times have we heard the saying "any given Sunday"? And it was more true tonight than I've ever seen it before. An Eagles team decimated by injuries, just like us, come into our house and outplay us with mainly scrubs on offense, wide receivers that nobody's heard of, including the Eagles, and they come in and they take it from us. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I may have bought into the Nick Mullins trash of him being a decent quarterback, but as we can see now, the Giants and the Jets don't have a defense like the Eagles. The defense on the Eagles is still pretty damn good, and they proved it tonight. A game where Mike McGlinchey was beaten by like a drum more than once. Mike McGlinchey is definitely not the player we thought he was when we drafted him. He's regressed big time. Any thought of him being a future right or left tackle, that needs to go out the window. He was soundly beaten by Brandon Graham more than once in this game, right on the last drive. Didn't allow Beathard to even do anything. Get the ball, push it down the field. Nick Mullins played pretty standard to awful when it mattered. 3 turnovers. He telegraphed that throw at the end for a pick 6. This lateral offense that the Niners play, where they don't push the ball down the field, it's very easy to sit on this offense and play it straight up, because they don't threaten you with anything over the top. Everything is sideline to sideline. And when they face decent defenses who can take the middle of the field away, now granted, they didn't take the middle of the field away all the way. Kittle had a huge game, as usual. Ayuk flashed, but Ayuk didn't really get much to sink his teeth into besides that touchdown. Neither did Debo. Niners got some garbage time catches, but that doesn't really count. These injuries, little by little, I've said before that they would start to haunt us and affect us when we play. I can't even say a decent team. The Eagles are a pretty average team right now, and they found a way to beat us. The Niners came into this game extremely overconfident. They read their own press clippings, and they got beat. They got beat in a game they should have won in their own house. Not that matters, but this game, I think, is indicative of what's to come this season. We have some talent offensively, and I think that talent is what's going to need to lead us, because our defense is average. Our defense is average. We're solid on defense, but we're not the defense that we were last year that, got all the sacks and caused all the turnovers. This is a year where we're have to depend on our offense, and as of now, we have players. Granted, if any other injuries come up, but the Niners they're constructed differently this year. They don't have that pass rush to rely on like they did last year, and it's these injuries little by little are starting to chip away at this team, and it shows. I hate to say this, but I may have, like I said, I bit into the Mullins thing. Garoppolo is definitely the best quarterback of the 3. You can't really take much of what Beathard did. He played well, but they were playing a lot of soft zone, so take that into account when you're addressing Beathard and trying to say anything other than he had a nice, decent end to the game, but to think that he would even challenge Garoppolo for the quarterback position is nonsense. Just really disappointed. Really disappointed. It's hard for me to articulate what I want to say right now. The Niners are definitely suffering from the Super Bowl hangover, and it's showing. They have they're facing a lot of adversity this year, and they're going to have to fight through it. Otherwise, they're going to be picking high in the draft, and I don't want that. They look, I don't know, they look shell-shocked to me sometimes when they're out there, all of them. And I don't know if that's because of the offseason that we had or people trying to come to grips with the state of the NFL the way that it is. I don't know. It's like, are guys waiting for the season to get canceled? I don't know. I don't see the urgency as I did last year. I'm just upset that we let a team that should not have beat us come into our place and beat us, and in a game where they themselves, they weren't world beaters. They weren't doing anything extraordinary. They have a bunch of nobodies on offense, and they come in and they just move the ball up and down the field, and pretty much I think they dictated a lot of the game to us. We had some stops here and there, but it's just disappointing to lose to a team that you shouldn't have lost to, a team that was winless on the year, and yet the 49ers found a way to play down to their competition and got beat. The injuries are mounting. They're starting to affect us. We got to come out next week against Miami. Miami, that's my brother's team. They're no slouch. They can move the ball. And as we've seen tonight, we still can't stop mobile quarterbacks. And I hate to say it, but Fitzpatrick can move. So the Niners are going to get a heavy dose of that mobile quarterback stuff next week too. Quan Alexander biting as usual on every fake that known to man when it comes to the read option. I don't understand how he's never learned. I don't understand how Robert Saleh doesn't adjust. It's infuriating to watch that they get beat consistently on the same thing. They never get the sack. They rush, and the guy just scrambles outside the pressure and makes a throw downfield. To me, it's infuriating that you have the same thing happen to you over and over and over again, and you don't adjust. I can't say it's poor coaching. I just don't think it's adaptive coaching, adapting to what the other team's doing. It's like you run the same plays and just stand there and wait for something interesting to happen. And until you adjust to that, teams are going to keep doing it. So, a game, Kittle played outstanding tonight. Hooray for him. I'm glad he's back. But that's pretty much the end of it offensively. We definitely missed Raheem Mostert for sure. The run blocking has to get better. The pass blocking has to get better. Offensive line has been one of our biggest weaknesses. Dante Johnson showed who he really was tonight when it mattered most against a bum receiver that nobody's heard of. Jason Verrett didn't play too bad. Niners linebackers didn't play too bad. Secondary was okay, other than that big mishap at the end when we needed it. So pass rush was pedestrian. A lot of manufactured pressure. I'll tell you, we missed Bosa and Ford out there for sure. This is going to be a long year, guys. Be ready. This is the type of games we're going to deal with all year. We got the Dolphins coming up. I think the Rams soon too. And Niners are going to have to put their big boy pants on and try to figure out ways to manufacture wins unorthodox. They're going to have to push the ball down the field. The running game has to get going, and the defense has to get some turnovers. And hopefully Garoppolo could get back and normalcy can set in, and maybe with some of the receivers that he has at his disposal now, his play will trend upwards. So a lot of discombobulated thoughts as far as this game goes tonight. Not a real direction. I'm just kind of speaking from my heart. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Tell me if you're as frustrated as I am. And what do you think we need to do to get better? All right, guys. I'll talk to everyone later. I'll probably drop another video later in the week. Until then, see ya.